Was this the incipient stages of you going into the methodology that you created now that we're going to get into?
It was. And the reason for that was, again, I had to survive. And I was taking, advanced mathematics courses and theoretical mathematics and all this stuff, but I was applying these new techniques and, the sort of skills and tools and things that I was developing. I just created them for my own survival. And then the next thing that happened was I graduated uni. I was named to the 1990 All-USA academic team, like I mentioned earlier. So I knew I had something because it was working. And fast forward a few years, I was living in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. I was tutoring students, and the school asked me if I wanted to do a study skills program. They got a grant. I said, sure. I put it together, and I started doing workshops, and it was working well. It was well received. I actually presented it to the California Teachers Association, the Wyoming Teachers Association, and the Idaho Teachers Association, all with super accolades. So I knew I was onto something, Michael, and that's when I decided to formalize this into a program. Now, keep in mind, this was only about 1999, so that's 21 years ago. Right. So it took some time on the back burner, right. And I decided last year to go ahead and, 2 years ago now, to turn it into something official, especially now with the internet. It's easy to deliver over that. It was going to be DVDs originally. So we've just spent the last 18 months developing agradesforyou.com, and I tell you what, it is wonderful stuff, and it works. That's the thing. I've given it to other people to test it out. Now we're selling it, but I'll tell you right now, people love it, and it's fun, it's entertaining, and it has meat. There's not any fluff in it. It's just a series of like 42 little short 1 to 5 minute videos, and they're fun.
I've seen the website, and I got to tell you, coming from when somebody, like I said, I don't believe in the moniker of ADHD, but whatever the scale of what, I have, my youngest daughter has, she's been diagnosed with quote unquote ADHD. And for somebody with that, she thinks like, she's only 11, but that's how I thought. And how, you want something so structured and so put together to where it's easy in bite-sized pieces, because if you're into something, when you have dyslexia and you need that win, you want to compartmentalize these little things. And what your website does is it takes things in simplistic, easy, entertaining fashion, because some of these subjects, without that, will be very boring for somebody. But if you make it exciting, now, with hyperfocus, you could do anything as an ADHD person. But from the standpoint of that, looking at that, it's amazing because you create a methodology that makes it seamless.
That's right.
Easy, entertaining, and very easy to move along to the next step.
It's easy to
I love it.
use.
And
no, it's just very easy to use. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's really just a matter of if you apply these different tools, and they're easy to do. And it's not even just the tools and methods, but I'm sure you saw on the website, it even gets into nutrition and fitness that helps you become a better student, to get you best from your brain, the best from your brain and your body. And
right.
It's really a comprehensive way of approaching learning, which is what I did. And so now others can do it, and it's just, the thing that's fun about it is, you said you've seen the site, so we actually used puppets as part of it. I'm on there as a teacher, as well as we used professional level puppets, and that just makes it, everybody loves puppets, like Muppet style puppets, and it just makes it kind of
but it's also, it looks very sharp. It looks really sharp, and the way it's put together is very symmetrical, very colorful, very it looks high end, as far as the website's very, very tight. It's interesting. I was just interviewing a mutual friend of ours, Greg Dean, who's created a methodology for humor.
That's right.
I just talked to Eric Morris, who's an acting teacher. He's in 90s, coming out with his 12th book. Each of these people have created methodologies with very structured steps towards a method.
That's right.
It seems like that's what you've done with...
It is.
You've given this a title, and I want you to share it with us. Learning how to learn.
Correct. Learning.
Can you talk about that process?
Yep. So, I mean, basically in school, it doesn't matter. And A grades for you isn't just for elementary and junior high and high school kind of, or middle school, high school. This is good right up through PhD because it's not specific. It's actual methodologies and tools and strategies of how to learn. So they do a good job of teaching, the content, whether it's English or math or whatever, subject. And pretty much what I've done is created a system that you can deploy to help you with those things. So it's not necessarily subject specific. It's more about the learning how to learn. And there's a fancy word for that, Michael. It's called deutero-learning. And that's what it's actually the scientific term for it, deutero-learning. But basically it's learning how to learn.
New word.
And so what this does is gives you a structure, as you mentioned, a system of how to learn, which they don't teach in school. They just teach you what to learn.